Mr. Shane and Isaac. How you guys doing down there at Such Good Shoot Wrestling Podcast? I tell you what, I love this podcast, brother. Hey, talk about some wrestling. You got to watch this thing, man. I'll tell you that right now. Shane got a weak-ass mustache, though, brother. I'll tell you that, man. That thing is... You got to do something with that. And but remember one thing, Shane. Isaac, he's the real stud of the group. For all you down there in Such Good Shoot Wrestling Podcast, have it out, man. Have a blast. Because from old Gilbert, I love this stuff. See you later, guys. Bye.
And on that great bombshell, I welcome you to the Such Good Shoot Podcast, coming to you live from the Creaky Tiki Studios, somewhere in the mythical island of Lost Wrestlers. Over there, to whatever direction that is, we have the weed smoking, barbecue cooking, rich guy serving, Isaac! And down below me, we have the chili dog slinging, chili captain of Ohio, Shane! And finally, we have a guy who don't cook much of anything, but I order a mean DoorDash. Coming to you from Virginia, it's your boy, Doza. Let's get it on.
I think as ICP said, I'm the chief chili fry maker.
Yes, they did.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to the podcast, baby.
Dude, I think Gilbert just cut a promo on me. I've never been so happy. Actually, no.
It's not bad. It's not bad, right?
No, that's pretty good.
That was a fun one.
I can think of a time where Gilbert did make me more happy, though. Y'all remember when KO and Jericho brought him back when KO was in that Goldberg feud? And then he came out with the fucking sparklers and everything. Yeah.
Classic.
That made me so happy. That might have made me more happy, though.
Yeah. So we're here tonight to talk the topic nobody wants to hear us talk about, and that's our favorite wrestlers, superstars, and acrobats. But before we can get into that goodness, we have Isaac showing off this week's Pro Wrestling. Is it Wrestle Crate or Pro Wrestle Loot?
This one's a Pro Wrestling Loot. Yeah.
Well, then ignore the banner.
It is a Wrestle Crate. It is a Wrestle Crate, but whatever. So,
man, we just really fucked up that sponsorship.
We don't have. They're not paying us shit anyway.
Oh, combats. Oh, look at you. All right. Well, cheers to that. So,
did you love to see it?
All right. So,
there we go.
I'm
correct banner.
I have no idea what's in here.
It's a live unboxing.
Yeah, I didn't get a shirt last time, so I'm hoping I get a shirt. But then again, it's probably going to be a trash shirt because it's not from Pro Wrestling. So, Pro Wrestling Crate or Wrestle Tees. So, all right. So I got the shirt here. Let's see what it is. What do we got? Let's see. Let's do the Shane style reveal where you tell me if this is. Oh man, I don't. Is that any fun? No, that's kind of.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh yeah, no, that's that's pretty lame. All right, cool.
It gets the it gets the Vince Russo somewhere in the middle.
Isaac, bro. What do I got here? Oh Jesus Christ! Little Ricky.
Oh my God.
Little Ricky Morton. So that's actually, and look at the mullet on that. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a gorgeous mullet. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Try not to look so I don't spoil anything. What do we got for a pin here? It's upside down. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes.
We're taking over.
Oh, that's the best. Isaac, I will.
Isaac. Yo. Oh, are you kidding me?
If you ever decide you don't want that, I will buy that shit off of you. I love the Blue Navy.
Yeah, dude, you might be able to tickle my balls for it. Who knows? We'll see.
He just makes such shitty cameos.
All right, let's see. We got a poster, a legend.
Ooh, that's cool.
I see Jushin here. Who else we got going? Who's down here, Shane? You got
I can barely see that, but that looks like Muda to me, dude.
And then over here, who we got over here?
That's the fuck. I'm completely blanking.
Yeah, no worries. Anyways, I like that. That's pretty cool.
That's Sasuke, I believe.
Nice, dude. That one's a fun one. All right. All right. What else do I got here? What else do I got? Oh, looks like I got a card of some Series 3 Heartbreaker. That looks like HBK right there.
That's Shawn Michaels before losing his smile.
Yeah, look at that, the Heartbreaker. And then
that scared the fuck out of me.
All right, looks like the last thing is one of my favorites, which is the autograph. So let's see what we got here. We got yay or nay. Yay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, dude.
Yay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty fucking good right there. So I'd say that's pretty good. I think that one's like a $30 crate. So
yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad, especially considering I got fucking the mouth, bro. The mouth of the South right there. So the shirt's kind of trash. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, that's why.
Nonetheless, you got.
Oh my god.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So yeah. Anyway, Blue Meanie, Ricky. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well,
Mullet strong.
Mullet strong. Hell yeah.
So we're here to talk about our favorite wrestlers. We're going to break it down for you by different generations and eras. And so we're going to get down to it. We're going to start with some of the newest and work our way back because that's the way it should be done. So we're going to start off tonight with the AEW Acrobats. Look, I was working on it. I got the wrestlers from WCW. You got the superstars from WWE.
Well,
and you got the guys who do the flippy dippy shit.
Yeah, they're not wrestlers. I don't know what they are.
They're acrobats. And I think with Shane being our resident flippy dippy bullshit guy, he should lead us off here. And since we're talking acrobats, and since I do not have a specific section for New Japan, you can include them in here.
Oh,
they're not flippy dippy. I'm with you on this one, Shane. New Japan is totally separate, but we should do a whole show dedicated to New Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we should because it's worth it. We're gonna make you watch some matches.
Yeah,
they deserve their own show.
So just so I know I get this right, we're talking about the flippy dippy boys from just AEW, or talking about AEW as a whole?
Just the wrestlers. Yeah.
The roster.
Could be anybody from AEW.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were just talking about like Jungle Boy and that sort of. Okay.
No.
Ooh, anybody in AEW? I mean, honestly, you got to go Jericho. I mean, from AEW. I mean, it just doesn't get better. I mean,
he is the best thing in AEW right now.
Yeah, kind of spoil a little bit. He's Mount Rushmore for me.
I will say that. I mean, I love Jericho, but I do think the best thing they have going on that show is MJF.
Yes,
MJF
Ethan,
is my dude.
Yes, Ethan. Evil did win both belts from Naito.
Le Champion.
But yeah, I love Y2J, but I just think like the upside on fucking MJF, like what he has to offer the business in the future.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that, but the thing is, Jericho is already there doing that.
Yeah, but he's on the very tail end of his career. He's not the wrestler he once was. He's certainly not the in-ring technician he once was.
But here's the ultimate question, and a lot of this will have to be sorted out through time. Will Jericho be considered an AEW guy by the time his career's over? or will it be a spot that he was at the end of his career?
I legitimately think as long as AEW sticks, that he'll be both a WWE. I mean, he'll be in every he'll just be a wrestling guy. I mean, literally, that's what I think he'll be remembered as. Not necessarily WWE, not necessarily WCW. He'll just be a wrestler.
Everything but TNA.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, all the wrestling promotions. I don't know, Shays. I tried watching some of your TNA, man. Whew.
It's a bit of a special case out there, but Isaac's talking about the greatness that is MJF, and
he's the man, dude.
he has the ability to like slow down a match and actually make it work for him and cut a decent promo. As a modern young guy, that like astounds me.
Yeah, he gets
super
modern,
young, younger than I am.
Yeah, and he can get himself real heat, or at least modern heat, and fucking the dude can wrestle. The dude can wrestle, and you can just tell he understands like the psychology of the business, and being around guys like Jericho and Jake the Snake and all these dude Tully and all these guys, like being able to pick their brains. Like, good lord, that is awesome.
Arn.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with, as his name slips me, Hangman Page.
Adam Page.
I do feel he is a little misutilized in TNA. Fucking TNA. AEW.
He's more than a little misutilized. He's been fucking. Oh. I remember they started out and they were acting like he was going to be like the biggest star they had, like right off the bat, and then they
I fail to see how you start him in the title picture, and then he drops off the face of the earth.
He's just never around again.
Well, like I think the whole reason why they did that is because Kenny Omega was already there. Like Kenny never really hit the title scene. He's just kind of the resident beat me and then you make your way to the title scene guy in AEW, which I think is a perfect role for him because he can just go win the title like whenever he wants. But I think they needed a way to make either he or Hangman Page heel. So they lowered Hangman to do this, elevating their tag titles with the dudes who are involved, and then they'll just break them up, and then Hangman will go back. I mean,
I hope so, because I really enjoy me some cowboy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
he's phenomenal. He was one of the highlights of
as long
the
as it's not
Stampede match.
Smoking guns.
No. You know what? The smoking guns were better than James Storm in that stripper outfit.
The streakers, James the Streaker Storm.
Oh, that was so bad.
He did the fucking pistols, the cap gun gimmick too.
Yeah,
it's like a stripper at a bachelorette party, man.
So, yeah, you have them.
So I'm told.
What about our favorite tag teams from there? Just to change things up as we go. I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to say FTR, even though, once again, they're being misutilized, but that's like they're pushing them hard, but I don't feel they're pushing them right.
They're incredible.
I mean,
it's
been interesting how they've pushed them, but given the fact that like the wrestlers apparently run the show in AEW, it's kind of hard to be like they're not using them right because they have a say. Like
they have a say, but it's always going to be the people who've been there longer that have more say, and that's always the problem with any of these promotions where the wrestlers run the show. We're going to see that in a little bit when we get to the wrestlers from WCW.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And that's, I think that's everybody's long-term fear with AEW, is that it's just going to go to shit.
I mean, how does it not, how do you not lose a sense of consistency in your booking if you don't have anyone booking? or writing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just being like, well, what do you want to do this week, guys? I mean, and I don't know. Like, you know,
To be fair, that's kind of what we do, but we're just a shitty ass podcast.
yeah.
We're not running off a billionaire's money here.
But we could be if you are a billionaire.
If you're a billionaire and want to sponsor us,
Yeah, I'll
quit my job and do this full time.
I will lick your butthole right now on the air live. I promise you. If you have a
No, we're on YouTube. You can't lick buttholes on YouTube.
That'll be for our soon-to-be founded Pornhub channel.
Apparently, yes.
OnlyFans, SGS OnlyFans.
Yeah, that'd be way too much belly for one OnlyFans, man.
Oh man, come on now, you want some of this, Walter?
Shane, just give us a tag team quick before he explodes in some shit.
Yeah, I might keep talking about buttholes.
He already did that once today. Anyways, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, but I'm gonna go by New Day standards. So, like, my favorite tag team in AEW is SCU. I fucking love SoCal Uncensored. I mean, you want to talk about one of the most underappreciated wrestlers of all time? You got Christopher Daniels. I mean, dude is legitimately one of the best and has been doing it for so long. Just as accomplished as you could be, other than WWE. And then you've got Kazarian, who is also like a super veteran. I think he's like 44. Again, just done everything. I mean, teamed with Daniels forever. Just, great name, really solid wrestler. And then you've got the real star, the real gem. You got Scorpio Sky, who is like the youngest of the group. He's a lot more athletic at this stage in his career, so he's kind of their high flyer. He's also their residual, like, baby face who gets beaten down and then comes back and saves the day. Like, I feel like they work so well together, and they're just solid. Every time they go out there, I'm like, this match is going to be all right, at the very least.
Definitely.
Those guys are good. My favorite from AEW. Yeah, Lucha Bros. I fucking love the Lucha Bros. I love Ray Phoenix, and I love Pentagon Jr. That motherfucker, oh my God, I love watching him wrestle. He's just so fucking, like, he's just vicious. He's one of those guys that just, like, makes you believe that he's hurting somebody, even when you know he's not, and I love that.
And where did they get their big start here?
Lucha Underground.
Okay, everybody do a drink every time Isaac talks about Lucha Underground.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. All right. So, Dario Cueto. Let me tell you a little story about Dario Cueto and Lucha Underground, boys. Take another drink. No. But no, I mean, those guys are just great, especially now that they've stopped yelling Zero Miedo all the time. So,
yeah. Having issues. Okay. So, Shane, I talked to you. We're good. Anybody?
Yes.
Any other big holdouts on AEW here? Should we move on to the next one?
don't give a shit about AEW anymore. They're burned out on them.
Oh.
Sorry, I said it. You heard it here first, man. You heard it here first.
Okay, we're going to the big boys, WWE. Now,
do we have a separate NXT?
This will include NXT, but this only goes to Ruthless Aggression.
This is pre-handshake, pre-Vince McMahon handshake with Stone Cold.
Attitude Era and before will be a different section. This is WWE, Ruthless Aggression, and beyond.
Oh, man.
So post-handshake.
Yeah. I know a few off the top of my head.
Okay, let's go.
Brock fucking Lesnar. Let's go. Holy shit. He is the fucking man. That dude, talk about being one of the few guys that people look at and be like, yeah, pro wrestling's fake, but that guy's real. He's one of the few people that you can look at in the business and be like, yeah, I don't know about any of these other guys, but that guy could kick your fucking ass. And he's proved it. He proved it in fucking college. He proved it in fucking WWE. He proved it in the UFC. Everywhere he fucking went, he proved that he's the fucking man. And when he first showed up in WWE or WWF at that point or whatever, I mean, you had never seen someone like in our current era. I mean, yeah, you saw guys back in like Hogan and fucking Warrior that looked kind of like him, but nobody was as agile. Nobody moved like him. Nobody was as explosive and as quick as him at that point. And for him to be able to start out like that and reinvent himself along the way and come back now as like the character he is and still be as dominant as he is, like I just have nothing but love and respect for Lesnar.
I can't disagree, but I'm going to because, you know, he's great, but lately he's been a one-note pony. Suplex, 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 suplex. Fuck, even Cena has 5 moves.
6. He's got that wind-up punch thing.
Oh, yes, the Hadouken.
The 6th move of Doom, as
Yes.
he calls it. Yeah. I mean, I won't argue that, like, he's plays his role, but I mean, people still fucking pop. People still pay crazy money to see him. He still draws. So if it ain't broke,
They definitely do. But I think I'm just going to have to go and take Big Match John here.
That was my answer.
Shane, what are you going to do now, bitch?
I don't know, man. I'll figure it out.
There's only a couple thousand to choose from.
There's still Gilbert.
But Cena can work a crowd, and that's where it comes in. He may not be the best in-ring technician.
He's definitely not that.
But he can work a crowd. He's got the excitement factor. He's got the gift of gab.
Especially in ring when he's calling the matches.
He knows how to yell his match.
You talk
arm drag,
too much.
arm drag.
You never shut up. Yeah, you talk too much.
But I'm going to let Shane talk a little bit now. God damn it, I'm drinking. Okay,
You always forget me, man.
Yeah, Shane.
Add it to the SGS drinking game. Take a drink anytime I fuck up Shane's name.
I will say,
right,
Shane, that it's part of being a parent is to officially call people by the wrong name all the time and be like, "Oh, sorry." That's why we all dads. That's why dads. This is like, I'm sorry here, folks, to take us off subject, but I'm going to take you into the life of a parent. This is why fathers call you slugger and sport and kiddo and buddy, because we don't remember your fucking name. We're so tired. We're fucking tired. Somebody take our kids, please. Anyway, back to it. PBR. This one's for you, Wade.
Let's see. God. You know, I'm gonna have to take the easy way out for me, but like I legitimately believe it, and it's still yet to be seen on the main roster. But like, I think my favorite WWE, not my favorite, but just like the best one I've ever seen in WWE is like legitimately Adam Cole. Like, baby. Like that.
Thought you were gonna go with Walter for a second, bud.
No.
I was feeling the Walter. I was feeling the Walter.
I was ready for Walter.
No, I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but like Jim Cornette said, Adam Cole is just Shawn Michaels without the issues. I mean,
true. It's so true.
And it is. I mean,
holy shit.
Are we
going to drink every time you agree with Cornette? Fuck. Anyway, guys, so here's the deal.
But I mean, legitimately, when you think about a guy who has everything, it's Adam Cole. I mean, he has the look. Yeah, he's not like sculpted, but dude, I mean, you could put his face on any shirt you wanted and people would be like, yeah, he belongs there. You know what I mean? Or big poster or whatever.
I've heard him described by a certain someone as one of the sexiest men alive.
Yeah, and I stand by that. Adam Cole is a very hot man. But anyways, he's a great promo. I mean, excellent heel. He's great at the smarmy shit. Like, he's great at just making you hate him for being an asshole. and then that's pretty much all he does. But if you've ever seen him outside of WWE, and it's not like a lot, he's a great baby face too, because he has the look. I mean, he's got the Shawn Michaels thing where you look at that guy and you're like, yeah, that's a baby face. That's woo, cheer him on. But I mean, in ring, he's great. He's able to work with a lot of different styles. He's great at getting beaten down and kind of coming back. There's a really good match with him and Walter actually on YouTube. You've got but he's also good at just being the guy who cheats. He's good at dominating, and he works well with anything from Walter to like Ricochet. It just he's a total package.
I love seeing him as a heel. I don't know if I would dig him as much as a face. I mean, he could pull it off, I'm sure, because he is very, very handsome. But I dig his heel work. He's good. He's good, especially with fucking the stable.
Yeah, with Undisputed Era behind him.
Oh, it's so good. Whenever you've seen that Turner, I wonder where my cat is. Oh, I know where he is. He's in the garage still.
But yeah, like Isaac just said.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go let him out of the garage because he locked himself in there a little while ago.
So, like Isaac just said, the cat's out of the bag. I got nothing on this one. Go on, Shane. He ain't paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, just like he said, with the with the stable behind him too, and you've got in that stable right now Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roddy Strong, who are all legitimately like top probably 100 pro wrestlers on the planet. And they don't look like they even belong in the same league as Adam Cole. Like, they look like full-on cronies behind him.
Yeah.
Even though they're incredible. Oh, hello, Nat Turner.
God damn it.
Listen. He's a little punk, and he likes to sneak out and run into the garage, and then I'm not crawling under my car to get him. It's warm in there. He's happy.
Aaron is unhappy with you, Isaac, just to let you know.
I didn't... look at how happy he is. He's fine. Anyway, take a drink. So what'd I miss? People talking shit, huh?
No, I just talked about how good the Undisputed Era was and how they're all like top 100 wrestlers on the planet, but they don't look anything like that next to Adam Cole. I just echoed your sentiments.
It's true. Adam Cole's great.
So I'm now just going to pick someone from NXT because I feel obligated to, though he's really not NXT, and I'm just going to say Matt Riddle. He just got the bump up to the main roster, and he is the fucking shit. He's got an awesome gimmick, though it really is just him. He seems more stoned than RVD ever did, which is impressive as fuck. I don't know if that's for RVD or for him, but
does he have me beat?
Yes, actually.
You don't come off as stoned half the time.
I know, but that's probably because I smoke more than he does. I would put money on that. Traumatized. He's not traumatized, Aaron. He's fine. He was just sleeping on the top of my car. He was good. You know how much cats love to sleep on cars, especially when they're driving.
Okay, Isaac, you got anyone else from?
I've got Nakamura, but I'm gonna save him. I think for New Japan. But Kurt Angle is incredible.
Well, he's a TNA guy. He's a TNA guy.
Are we? No, he's a fucking WWE guy, a ruthless aggression guy.
Yeah.
Who was in the ring when John Cena said ruthless aggression? That was the man. That was Kurt Angle, bro.
But we're not in ruthless aggression yet, Isaac. You jumped the gun. This is. Oh wait, no. Was this ruthless aggression? Oh, this was
ruthless aggression to right
and
fucking
now.
now.
My bad.
Yes. Taste my balls. They taste wonderful.
And on that note, we have TNA, Impact, Global Force / Outlaw Mud Show.
Can I go first, please? I would like to go first.
Yes.
My favorite wrestler, as far as this category goes, is Schlack.
You know why? You know why, folks? Because guns don't kill people. Schlack
kills people.
He does. I'm just kidding, though. I love Schlack, but that's not actually my answer. My answer.
Hey, Wade, trust me on this one, bud.
What? What did I miss? Oh. But anyways, I think my answer for this question would actually be Christopher Daniels again.
Okay.
Again.
Over AJ? Wow.
Over AJ. I mean, I at this point think of AJ as a WWE guy. I legitimately do. I think they have done such a good job with him, and he has done such a good job in the WWE. I think of him as.
Yeah,
I mean,
that pretty heavily. I would see him as more of a New Japan guy before a WWE guy because he
was only in New Japan a couple of years.
Yeah, and his matches were so much better. Just like his TNA matches, for the most part, were better than his WWE stuff.
Disagree. I mean, I think that certain certain matches that he's had could have been better, but I think he's put on some legitimate classics. Like the stuff with John Cena, man, so good. That match he had versus Brock Lesnar, so good. Like, I think of him as a WWE guy. But Christopher Daniels, I'm not even saying heavyweight champion Christopher Daniels. I'm thinking tag team in TNA Christopher Daniels. The golden age of TNA tag team wrestling. Curry Man, yes.
Oh no. TNA. Trash.
But you know, him in the Addiction and all of those tag teams he was in, and then facing like Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, and it was just a really good tag team wrestling time.
Okay.
And he was one of the biggest portions. It was a good tag team wrestling time. That sounded like ass.
That's a lot of words there.
Yeah.
But no, I do agree. And yes, he also played Suicide. If they
a lot
needed
of people
somebody in a
played
mask,
Suicide.
he probably was there.
A lot of people.
Christopher Daniels kind of was like TNA's everyman. Shit.
Yeah.
We need a guy in a mask.
Oh man.
So I will agree with that as a damn good pick. This is where I am going to put Kurt Angle. Yeah, he's a WWE guy, but in TNA, he was the hot shit. The main event Mafia was the hot shit when they were around.
I love Kurt Angle. I'm going to go with you on that one. I 100% agree.
And
Kurt Angle is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
I kind of loved his mafiosa gimmick almost, and his weird-ass singlet, where he almost had like a corset on. It was weird as shit. I know it was supposed to be like the pinstripe suit, but it looked like he was wearing a fucking corset. So
sometimes you gotta work on that figure, bro.
Isaac, do you have anybody from TNA?
I mean, other than Angle, I mean, I like Hardy in TNA some, but he was so fucked up half the time. It's hard to really like get behind his shit.
And they made the mistake of letting him perform his own theme song.
Yeah. Oh, what was the shit he did? Was it Willow Whisper? What was
Willow Wisp?
Yeah, Will-O-Wisp, yeah.
Good Lord, that was fucking garbage.
Willow the Wisp?
Will-o'-the-wisp, yeah, something
I don't-
like that. It was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, no, TNA was pretty much trash in my book.
I agree. I do have one other person to throw in, and that is Black Machismo.
Okay.
Jay Lethal pulled that off
I cannot argue
fucking
with that.
perfectly.
And when he did the Ric Flair, the Ric Flair one,
Oh
his
man,
Ric Flair is spot on. I don't know if you've seen that one, Dozer. Have you seen him do the Ric Flair?
No, I do not remember that one.
Dude.
Oh man, that might be a good one to pull up.
Mm-hmm. If you can pull up and just play a couple seconds of it, not more than 15, just in case. But
Yeah,
just to see like a little bit of his, because I swear to God, you close your eyes and you listen, and there's no way you can tell the difference between Jay Lethal and fucking Ric Flair in that promo. It's amazing. It might be the best thing that was ever done on TNA. It might be like right up at the top of like the greatest things I've ever seen on TNA, which is kind of sad that him like trying to pretend to be Ric Flair is like the best, but it was him having a Ric Flair off against Ric Flair, and that was just fucking awesome. Woo! But yeah,
you're making me find something that there's a lot of scrubbing to find.
oh yeah.
Did I hear that punk right there say anything about the four horsemen?
Yo, it's so perfect. It's perfect. It's almost better than Ric Flair. He's like almost more Ric Flair than Ric Flair. Oh my God! And then they get into a woo off where they start wooing against each other, and that is.
I don't know if it's the same one as that. There's one where he's in ring with Flair, and then he fucking takes his jacket off Flair style, and then does the fucking elbow drop onto the jacket.
Yeah, that's the same. That's how that ends.
Is that okay?
Yeah, he throws. He's doing the elbow drop onto the jacket and everything. It's so
real.
Good. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. Yeah, it truly is a classic.
Jay Lethal is one of the few people that I've sat there and went, I wish he would have made it to a promotion that actually has fucking time, is actually on a channel I can fucking watch.
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Oh man, dude, I saw Lethal versus my man Hiromu Takahashi at the War of the Worlds.
God bless you.
Hiromu Takahashi.
See, we're talking about dads earlier.
He's a New Japan guy, Dozer. When we watch, you'll see a match from him.
I assumed he was not from all Australian wrestling there.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, in Lethal, just as good in ring as you could get. I mean, that match was in front of like 1,500 people, maybe, house show, and Lethal was out there taking fucking sunset bombs off the apron onto the floor, and yeah, they were just going all out for this house show. I mean, they recorded it, I think, a match or two for a DVD, because Ring of Honor just constantly puts out new DVDs to sell more. But
the only way they make money, otherwise they're on an ABC affiliate at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just incredible. It was very good.
Yeah. Anybody else from TNA, Impact, Global Force Wrestling?
No.
Any other names they've had over the years?
None of them.
Going once, going twice. Let's get to WCW and their wrestlers.
Oh, this one's easy for me.
So this is old school. So we're going to start with Mr. Isaac here. Actual Isaac, not Shane Isaac.
Okay, this one's super easy for me, and part of it is because like I loved him in ring. His gimmick was great, but also like he just seems like one of like the most like positive, like hardworking, caring like wrestlers in the business, or who has been in the business, and that's me, It's me. It's DTP.
DDP.
Bang! Yeah, dude. DDP was fucking awesome. And you look at him and like considering that he's like, all right, he ended up being a manager for a while. Like that's how he started as like a manager. And he decided he's like, yeah, I want to be a wrestler. He's like, I want to do this. Like, and he started training and he broke his back. And then he was like 41 years fucking old. And he healed himself. He came up with the DDP yoga. He healed himself. And then he got back into it. And he became the fucking world champion after that.
Yeah, he was so old when he actually started wrestling. He was
He started.
He was like 38 when he started wrestling.
And he's a guy who he got over. Fucking DDP, not only did he start late, but he got over it. Not only that, he got it. He fucking understood the business. And god damn it, dude. How can you not love a guy who has done everything he's done and then also went out of his way to save like two icons in the business and like turn their lives around and do what they've done. So twofold, loved his work in WCW, but I just think he's a dope person.
Okay. Shane?
I want to say Jericho, but I'm not going to.
He just did.
Well, yeah, but I think I'm actually going to go. You're too much. I'm gonna go with.
That's what she said.
Wow. I'm gonna go with Benoit. Actually.
That's what happens when you start these drinking games, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chris Benoit.
Crispin. Do you not? So do you see Crispin as a WCW guy, or do you see him as a WWF guy?
I see him in two completely different ways.
Okay.
Because I see WWE that actually realized his potential and let him go do it. And then I see WCW Benoit as just this constant show stealer. I mean, like obviously the cruiserweights on WCW were the best part of the show anyways.
Sure.
But then you've got like the super technicians. You know, obviously you had him, Malenko, Eddie, Ray, Liger was there for a long time. You obviously Psychosis and all of these dudes. And whenever you watch a WCW show, obviously I wasn't alive, or at least I wasn't able to really watch wrestling for WCW at all. I mean, I was 5 years old when they folded, or 4, but having gone back and watched a lot of it, whenever those
I feel fucking old.
whenever those cruiserweights come out, it's just like, thank God, like it's gonna be good. And Benoit was just the best of them. I mean,
the only time I watched WCW live was during WWF's commercial breaks. Literally, that was the only time I'd watch it.
Yeah, and I really think the reason why Benoit stood out so much is in a land of guys like Liger and Psychosis and Ray and Eddie, he and Malenko were both like the slow down. These are our holds, you know what I mean? And allowed for this great dynamic, and he's just the best.
Ethan needs to chime in. Eddie!
I mean, that's a good answer too.
Yeah. So, for me, when I think of WCW, 2 names come to mind, and you literally can't have one without the other half the time. And that is the big gold belt and Flair, and his eternal nemesis, Sting. Flair may have done a shit ton of time in the Big Fed. He may have been everywhere. He may be NWA's greatest champion ever. But when I think of WCW, I think of Flair.
Flair is...
He's
one of the greatest, if not the greatest wrestler of all time.
100%.
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
He may be on mine. He may not be. We'll see. Time will tell. Ooh.
You're such a tease.
And
Okay.
we're
Anybody?
actually going to talk about the outsiders. Ooh.
Well, if we get through round 2, I was going to say At least one of them was going to be on there. So we may as well do a round 2 for WCW because they were quite influential. And since I've already alluded to it, I'm going to say Scott Hall for literally changing the fucking business.
You sure
How
did.
everything was done. Big money, guaranteed contracts, the downfall of WCW, but also what led to 82 weeks.
And some that that was some of the best wrestling programming, like as far as storyline shit. I mean, as a fan at that time, because you didn't have dirt sheets, you didn't know what was happening. All of a sudden, Razor Ramon was on WCW, and he wasn't like in the ring; he was coming through the crowd.
You
And
know
you're
who
like,
I am, but
yeah,
you don't know why I'm here.
yeah, and that was, I mean, that is one of those moments that like was just incredible. It was so fucking smart. It was so well done. And they ran it as hard as they could, and they ran it into the ground. But god damn it, dude!
I think Bischoff's still booking it.
Yeah, but I mean, all sorts of people are. I mean, you look at what happened in New Japan, and you've kind of come full circle. That shit with fucking, Bullet Club and stuff, like that was like very, very Eric Bischoff fucking NWO.
Yeah, I mean the Bullet Club I feel like is probably going to be a big portion of our New Japan episode, so I won't talk about it that much. But yeah, I mean it's really interesting. It's been really interesting to see the Bullet Club play out, where you had like the original squad, like I'm going to include up until the Young Bucks first joined, and then the Young Bucks became even more goofy, and then you got like Kenny and Cody and the Elite dudes in there, and then it became like super or but it's going to be
5?
6. But it's but yeah, and then they kicked, they all left, and now you're like getting back into like super serious badass Bullet Club. Super cool.
Super serial.
I'll take your words on it. As far as I know, they just have a badass shirt at Hot Topic.
I will say that like when we were watching the finals for the New Japan Cup, that whole run in and finish and everything felt very, very NWO.
Yeah, like especially that they set up the turn, but like they set it up in a super smart way. Yeah.
I mean, it was great. Like, don't get me wrong, but that's what like when I'm sorry, what's the booker's name again?
Gato.
When Gato was out there, yeah, I just felt, I was like, dude, that's Eric Bischoff.
Oh, he's absolutely Eric Bischoff. Like,
so, but yeah, it was good in a good way.
Okay, flash change. Quick topic. EC Dub. Just there's like no one to talk about that didn't really make a name elsewhere.
Yeah.
BD. The whole
show. Yeah, the whole fucking show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although not a wrestler, but I think Paul Heyman needs to be brought up too in that conversation, because god damn it if he's not one of the best managers in the business. One of the best talkers. Like, talk about a guy who can fucking put over anything or anyone. You give him a mic, and good lord, you're just like, by the end of it, you're like, okay, Paul, sure, yeah, I agree, 100%, Paul.
I think the interesting thing with ECW is they were kind of like the little brother promotion that everyone went to at some point, but never really stuck around in. Like, because you look at all the talent they had come through there, you had obviously RVD, and then you had like the normal guys. You had Dreamer, Sandman, Raven, super undervalued Raven.
Mike Awesome.
Speaking of Raven.
Yeah, Mike Awesome. Raven. What's up, E? But anyways, yeah, but then you also had guys that were only there for a short time, like Ray and Chris Benoit and Eddie. Like, all of those dudes wrestled in ECW. Like, Psychosis was there.
But not all. But you wouldn't think
super crazy
ECW guys. Like, you don't think of even like Mick Foley. You don't think of as an ECW guy generally.
Absolutely not. And that's what I'm saying is all of like these huge names other than RVD never stuck, but they were there at some point.
But you also have guys like God, Sandman was terrible, but you had Sabu and you had
Sabu was also terrible. Stop.
Sabu was no, but what's
He was
Homeboy's,
ECW. He was not a great wrestler in the terms of the
Tommy-
grand scheme of
Tommy
things, but
Dreamer?
Yeah,
in the
Dreamer,
terms of
Rhino.
ECW, him and Dreamer are like.
Yeah, and like those guys are good. The Dudleys, were good at the time. Although, God, the
Yeah.
Dudley boys were kind of jobbers in ECW.
Even though I know they got their start in ECW, and they had the whole Dudley family with Big Dick Dudley, Sign Guy Dudley.
Sign Guy Dudley.
Dude, I love the Dudley family.
Yeah, that was good. And those guys got real fucking heat.
To me, though, they're WWE guys. When the bombs drop, that pyro hits. Whew.
Bub.
You know what I think would be the best thing ever for them? Would just to give the finger to Vince a little bit and then just pop up an AEW for like one match. That would be incredible.
Isn't Devon technically a producer for the E?
Yeah. No, he definitely is. I embarrassed him one time. That was fun.
You talked to him while he was peeing?
No.
He
I was
stood
at
in the urinal next to him. He didn't give the one urinal space.
No. I did that for
do
the
that all
artist
the time,
formerly known as Scott Dawson of FTR. Now I believe he is Dax, I believe. Devon, when he was, obviously this was when he was a producer. I was at a live event where I was I think it was Raw maybe, but I was here, but up a couple floors. So I was in like the upper portion of the first thing. And I look over and I see Devon just watching from the, just like the little tunnel area. And I was like, what the hell? That's Devon. And then as soon as like it got quiet and we went into commercial, I just yelled, oh, my brother, testify. And then he looked up at me like, shut the fuck up, kid. And then everyone started noticing it was Devon, and then he ran away. So, I'm sorry for that, Devon, but I couldn't help myself.
It's okay. He's not watching.
Yeah, he's never going to see it.
Okay. So I think we should get to the big one where the big boys really played, and that is the Federation from inception to attitude.
My cat's fucking with stuff. Cat. Inception to attitude. Roddy Piper. Boom. Inception. Early WWF. Roddy Piper. Can you think anybody who was a better talker at that time?
Not really.
No.
And the guy you just wanted to see get his ass kicked, but at the same time, like, you want to see him fucking be a hero in a movie. Like, oh God, Roddy was great. Like, you can't not love Roddy. And at the same time, like, he's easy to hate. It was great. He was perfect.
Okay.
Another one of those guys that you look at and you're like, man, like, these guys are all fake, but that guy, I think that guy's real.
You motherfucker!
Oh man, he had his moments, man. He had some incredible moments.
Definitely. Shane, you got anybody from the original Federation years?
I mean, yeah, Stone Cold. I mean,
dude, one of I'm saving him for the end, but yeah,
you can put him in here.
Well, I'm saving him for the Mount
Rushmore. I don't even want to talk about it more. Just Dozer, you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we're keeping our Mount Rushmores out of it, I'm just following Isaac's lead here. I got nothing on that. I think I'm just going to have to say, and I don't care if he's on your Mount Rushmores, certain events have taken him off of mine, but that is the man who made the business what it is today, and that's Hulk Hogan.
Oh, he's not on my Mount Rushmore.
He is on mine.
But
he's on Mount Rushmore. You can't have a Mount Rushmore without Hulk Hogan. As much as you don't like him, without him, we wouldn't have a pro wrestling business. We wouldn't.
He's him and Stone Cold are like tied for biggest impact to the business ever. Maybe you know, obviously you could throw in some of the old timers, a Gorgeous George and all.
Yeah.
Ethan wants to chime in. Macho Man.
Oh yeah, brother.
I mean, you want to talk about better than Hogan in literally every way other than selling tickets? Macho Man, yes.
I'm not arguing with that. I won't
Yeah.
argue that
Yeah.
all of these guys aren't better than Hogan. I will say that Hogan is the most famous wrestler of all time.
He put
Yeah.
butts in seats.
And because of that, he has to be on the top of the mountain. You can't have a Mount Rushmore without George Washington. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got Rick Rude going on here. I like Rick Rude. I don't put him as one of the best in that time.
Nope. Mick Foley, huge Mick Foley fan.
Yeah. Always a Mick Foley fan.
He's just.
I don't think there's
guys.
anybody who doesn't like Foley if you're a wrestling fan. I mean, it's impossible.
Yeah. And just his in-ring work was so unique, and like half the time you're just like, Jesus Foley, what are you doing? But like his ability to talk and his ability to cut a promo, like he cut that promo with JR as Mankind when they first introduced the idea of him like being Mick Foley. And he's like going through and he has that moment where he's talking about like getting in the fight after watching wrestling, and mom said I couldn't watch wrestling anymore. But mom never said that I had to stop dreaming, you know, and you're just like, God damn it, Foley. And like his delivery, like everything about it, like you just can't help but love that dude. And what he put on the line for the business and for us as fans, like what he did as a wrestler for us as fans. Like,
well, I mean, Foley single-handedly changed the wrestling business as well. It was him winning the fucking title that swung the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
He won.
That'll put butts in the seats.
Exactly. I mean, you want to talk about a fucking call from JR? Oh, Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
amazing. Just
Dude.
amazing. Like one of those moments that really.
I mean, you want to talk about feel good?
He deserved it. But even before that, I mean, what he put his body through for us to enjoy, like for entertainment purposes. Like you look at the fucking match with The Rock at what was it, fucking King of the Ring or something like that. One of those.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or was
where
it
he
Survivor
took,
Series, maybe?
No, I think it was King of the Ring. Yeah, the 18 chair shots.
And like you're like, okay, like you don't have to do that for me, Nick. But yeah, you can't help but respect and like appreciate like what he put on the line to entertain us.
So I think it's time to talk about our Mount Rushmores of wrestling here. So let's talk about those Mount Rushmores now that we had our little interlude.
Their Mount Rushmore interlude.
Okay. Let's just go. We'll go. I'll point to one of you. We'll start and go all four. Name all four of your wrestlers. I think Isaac.
Number one is Hogan. Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Ric Flair. And I'm basing this on these are four wrestlers who defined the business during their generation and also transcended wrestling and brought it from a place where it was not just about wrestling, but into popular culture, into a place where everybody knew who they were. And all four of those guys did that.
Phil is mad we didn't get a yellow Hulk Hogan lean mean grilling machine.
I know, man. It was close. We were close to getting that, but then freaking someone else scooped in.
Yeah, so Isaac has the transcending wrestling category. Shane, are you ready or you need me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go.
Let's see. What do you got?
I mean, I think that my number one professional wrestler of all time would be probably Ric Flair.
Okay.
Fuck. And then I would go. You guys talked me into it. Probably Hogan at 2. Just Ric Flair, I'd put above him just because Ric Flair could actually work. 3.
So good.
3, I'd go John Cena.
Okay.
Dude,
I
I'll
can't
die on the
disagree.
John Cena hill. I will die on the John Cena hill. Isaac, you're laughing. You want to talk about somebody that has completely transcended wrestling? Everyone knows who fucking John Cena is now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that, but he's no Hogan. He's not. He doesn't compare to anyone else on that list. And there's only room for 4.
Yeah. That's what makes the Mount Rushmore hard. You got 100 some years of pro wrestling to consolidate into 4 names.
Besides, how fun would it be if I chose the same ones as you?
Well,
Wouldn't it make for a very interesting product.
At least you'd be right, though. It's not so much. It's not so much that I'm disagreeing. It's not so much I'm disagreeing with what you're saying, Shane. It's more that I'm just agreeing with what I'm saying.
All right, and then 4, just to piss you off a little more, I'm gonna go Jericho.
That doesn't piss me off so much.
I mean, I think legitimately, especially with what he's done since leaving WWE this past time and going over to New Japan and really bringing Western audiences to go watch it. You're a mark.
You're right. You're right.
Anyways, I mean, I just everything he's done since leaving WWE this past time and bringing a lot of Western eyes over to New Japan and really like giving them a platform and stepping out of his WWE role. And now what he's doing with AEW, regardless of what you think of the product as a whole, I mean, him being there was the biggest thing you had ever heard of. Like when they had like the big old like pool party thing where they were announcing the wrestlers and then you heard Judas and fucking Jericho came out, you were like, oh, wow, like this is real. Yeah. And then to like put their heavyweight title on him being like the first one and bringing so much prestige to that belt already. I mean,
inside of the wrestling business, I agree. I think he is the greatest in ring, on the mic, all around, all-time wrestler. Outside of the business, he's known not at all. That's my only concern.
Fozzy, brother.
Nobody knows Fozzy, and fucking nobody gives a shit about Dancing with the Stars.
Listen to me, brother. Fozzy plays at least main stage at Radio Rock and Radio Metal festivals now. They're a huge band, brother. Gigantic. Judas in my mind, like that.
Gigantic?
Yeah, they're
no. They're big. They ain't huge. Gigantic implies that my mother knows who they are.
I have never once heard a Judas song play on the radio.
That's Fozzy.
Fozzy. See, I don't even know his name, bro. And I'm a wrestling fan.
No, they actually just got rebooked for the Newport Music Hall, which is here in Columbus, and that's like 1,200 people.
Can we pull up a picture of the real Fozzy? You know what I'm talking about. There's only one Fozzy.
Waka, waka, waka.
Thank you.
So, Phil has this amazing thing where there's 5 spots on his Mount Rushmore of Hogan, Taker, Austin, Rock, and Sting.
Yep, sorry. Only 4 on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, only 4, Phil. Putting commas doesn't help it.
What do you got? What do you got, Dozer? You got 4 for
so,
us?
I have 4, and I am going to go as... I'm going to have as my George Washington. You got to have gorgeous fucking George.
Gorgeous George.
Absolutely.
Man, for somebody who didn't watch wrestling his whole life, that's a pretty deep name to pull, man.
Because he made fucking modern wrestling. Like, he was the name back then, and he is fucking He brought the Flair gimmick to life. He brought the idea of gimmicks to wrestling. So you know what?
Change the business.
Actually, on that one, I'm going to give him Thomas Jefferson because Thomas Jefferson was more of a gimmick man.
You spent too much time in the Hall of Presidents, homie.
That's where I get my fucking naps in Disney, man.
It's cool in there. It's nice. And cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Can you get a beer in the Hall of Presidents?
No, there's no beer in the Magic Kingdom except at the sit-down restaurants.
Wait a minute. You can't even get him in the Hall of Freedom of America Presidents. Donald J. Trump is in there. You can't get yourself a gosh darn beer.
Oh man, I forgot that he's in there now. Wow.
Because they have to put them all in. That we're not taught. Nope.
Hey, I'm just saying. Y'all should be able to get a goddamn beer in there.
I wasn't saying anything at all. I was just saying, wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So you have to have gorgeous stories.
Little history lesson. He's actually our president right now. Weird, isn't it? It's fucking
So then I'm going to add in my Teddy Roosevelt here, which if you don't know, he's on the Mount Rushmore just because he was close friends of the artist. And that is Mick Foley. He's by far my all-time favorite wrestler. I've loved watching everything he's done. So to me, he's got to be on that Mount Rushmore. Regardless of how much impact he's had on the business, which, he ended the fucking 82 weeks. So kind of a big deal. Or was it 83 weeks? Am I forgetting?
And he was also involved in the highest rated segment in wrestling of all time.
Yeah.
This is your life, baby.
Which is kind of incredible when you go back and watch it, that people fucking watched for that long and were that into it. But
dude, because it was the best. It was
funny, but it's just amazing.
I don't care about your opinion, Ethan. Mick Foley's on my Mount Rushmore. Deal with it. And then I have to add dear old Undertaker. That man has been around. That man has evolved with wrestling as it's come on. He's changed his gimmick to make it work. And, him retiring was national fucking news. Now, granted, there's nothing else. There's no other sports going on in the world, so it was something for Sports Center to cover.
ESPN did lament the Undertaker retiring. They said, Mark Calloway's come home, brother.
Yeah, so, when your retirement makes national news, I feel you've kind of made it. You've kind of made the Mount Rushmore here. And then,
that being said, he should have just retired after he lost to Taker, but...
How did Taker lose to Taker?
After he lost to Taker. Oh, my bad. Fucking Taker. Taker lost to Lesnar. My bad.
I agree with that. I think Lesnar should have ended the career.
I realized shortly after opening this to open the show, it's 11.4%.
Yeah,
baby. I'm pretty sure PBR is too. Don't worry.
And then I just have to put it on here because he is the man that started me watching wrestling. He was the first segment of wrestling I watched, which actually involved zero wrestling. And that is Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold.
Oh, man, I thought you had Hogan on there. What happened to Hogan?
I took him off because I said I wasn't going to cover people on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, how about that?
All right.
Wait. What about Dusty? Dusty. Phil's sticking Dusty on his thing, so we're up to 6 people on his Mount Rushmore.
Damn, bro. You're going to have a whole other set of mountains, man.
Well, Taker did lose to Taker, but his career would have been a lot shorter.
I'm still a little upset about Wade saying I don't smoke as much weed as fucking Matt Riddle.
Oh Jesus, here we go. It's gone off the rails, everyone.
It's gone off the rails, and well, shit. I want to say goodbye, but
yeah, I was gonna say
I'm getting ready to smoke some fucking weed, Wade. All right.
And on that note, everybody, remember to like, subscribe, ring that bell icon, comment if you like us. Wade wants to get Andre in there before we say goodbye, but I'm going to sign us off. with one last thing, the most important thing of the night.
Hey, Dozer, we have one more important thing to sign off with.
Okay.
Let's bring up our other special our special video, and we'll go outro with.
We'll do an outro tonight. That
let's
is
do an
not the
outro.
Blue Meanie.
And this is a good friend of the podcast, and thank you so much for watching.
He listens to every episode. Swear to God, no lie.
He likes it
Swear
because
to
they
God.
smoke so much weed and talk about licking buttholes. And fucking dude told me personally he's into both those things.
But unlike Gilbert, he does film in vertical. Gilbert at least knew how to turn the phone to the side to film.
Hey, listen, man. This man is busy smoking weed and banging hoes. All right.
Ah, technical difficulties.
It's okay. We can still talk about licking buttholes, right?
Oh my God.
Shane, don't act like you don't love that shit.
So what's up, everybody? I'm WWE Hall of Famer Charles Wright, also known as Papa Shango, also known as Kama, also known as the Good Father, and most importantly, also known as the Godfather.
Hell yeah.
Sit back, crack a beer, light up a blunt or two or three, and hop on the train because you're listening to such good shoot with Dozer, Isaac, and Shane. And those are my homeboys. So it's time once again for everybody to come aboard the home train. Shout out, baby. Y'all keep it pimping. Peace.